NXT just went off the air 14, 15 minutes ago. It's the holiday season. This is Unpopular Review, the NXT review show. We hope that you are having a fantastic holiday. But hey, do us a favor real quick. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that notification button that does wonders for us on the YouTube. If you are watching us on Twitter, when we still call it Twitter, reshare it and, let people see us on the social medias. It does a lot of wonders. But things that happened tonight here on NXT, Izzi Dame was in action going against Lola Vice. We had two speed champion, number one contender matches. We had a mixed tag team match. It was the Christmas Chaos match. And Javon Evans was on the show. I look forward to talking about it. I'm one of your hosts, as you can tell by this voice. I am the great Grand Slam Pooba. Let's pull this down because I am not alone. I'm usually joined with the sensational Sabrina Estella, but due to technical difficulties, we decided to start the show. And when she is ready to hop on, she will be on. But I'm joined with the Grinch of Christmas, the executive consultant. Sir, you don't have a Christmas sweater, but I could tell that you are in the Christmas spirit. How are you?
Well, I don't have a Christmas sweater because I can't stand this holiday. But that aside, I'm excellent. How are you?
You know what? I created the word excellent, so you're welcome. I look forward to talking about this thing called NXT. In the chat, we already got. I want to say George was the first one in the chat. No, Jeffrey beat him. This is amazing because usually it's George, but George has been slipping. But he said something, and I can't wait to talk about it. He said the segment with Leon Slater and Obafemi was good, and it was good. It was interesting. I look forward to that match in 2 weeks. I'm really, really excited about that. I don't know if it's going to be the main event, but I expect it to be the main event. I don't think I've ever talked to you about Leon Slater. We usually, off air, we're usually chatting it up, and we talk about this thing called professional wrestling. How do you feel about one Leon Slater?
Yeah, he's a better version of Javon Evans.
So anyway, let's get into the chat real quick. We got.
He needs to put on some weight, though.
Huh?
He needs to put on some weight. Way too small.
Okay, size this man over here. Jeffrey says, "Hey, y'all, I enjoyed NXT tonight. It was a pretty good show. I prefer the live shows over the taped. Just personally for me, but it still was a fun show. NXT was pretty good tonight. We got Good Chris in the chat. What's going on, Good Chris? I didn't watch NXT today, so I don't know if it was good. That's fair. I appreciate it. We appreciate you being in the chat. The segment with Leon Slater and Obafemi was good. I agree with you. Men's night on NXT. Yes. It's the executive consultant. Welcome. The GOAT, Chris Harris. I don't know. You don't look like a guy who eats grass. You eat grass? I didn't know that. Good for you. Merry Christmas for one. Good Chris. And we got Todd in the chat. What's going on? Todd, too sweet me. He says sup. So why don't we open up with the show here? I usually let Sabrina Estella, she's the one with the notes here, so it's going to be discombobulated and everything like that. And also, too, I have eggnog, adult eggnog, so this show might be a fantastic show. Executive Consultant, thank you for joining, and I'm interested in hearing your thoughts about this. So opening up the show, we had Lola Vice going against Izzi Dame. Izzi Dame comes out with Sean Spears. It's usually three of them. It's Izzy, it's Sean, and we have one very extra Nico. But there was no very extra Nico. But I honestly didn't recognize it because very extra Nico don't do much. He stands there menacingly. But he wasn't standing there menacingly. I don't know where he was at. I don't know if he was turned into a doll, but he was not there. And this match was fine, but the match was really not, it wasn't really, the importance wasn't the match. It was the further the storylines, right? So as Izzy and Lola's having this match, we had Chainsaw. And we're like, where the hell does that come from? And you see Tatum Paxley with a chainsaw. And I got to say, that's very intimidating. I think it's the scariest thing in the world, but I also think it's pretty cool. See, I wasn't a fan of Retribution, right? But there was a guy, I think it was the first night where they had Retribution. And someone, I don't even know who had the chainsaw, but it was the coolest thing in the world. Don't know which one that was. Lola Vice gets the win here. She takes advantage of this situation, knocks out Izzi Dame with the back fist. Sean Spears runs for his life, and I don't blame him. You have Tatum Paxley. with a chainsaw. But after the match, Lola, she's building some momentum. Then Kalani Jordan comes out and she gets her looks in and just beats the hell out of Lola Vice. And it looked like, I don't think they said that was going to be a match for next week, but I'm pretty sure that's definitely going to be a match down the line. So, with all the stuff that I had presented to you, one, the executive consultant, what are your thoughts about all of this?
Why is Lola Vice still a thing?
Not a fan of Lola Vice.
No, I'm not. I think she's a pretty ace. I think she puts in work. I think she puts in effort. But I can't see her going to the main roster and being a threat to a Jade Cargill, to a Rhea Ripley, to a Charlotte Flair, and Tiffany Stratton. I just don't see it, right? So I can't give them. I can't take it seriously. I know what's the group with Ty Dillinger in it?
Oh, the Calling.
Yeah, the Culling. I've become a fan of them. I know I just drew a blank on their name.
Really?
I think they have definitely developed some interest, developed some personality. I'm actually interested in this program they have with Tatum Paxley. I'm here for it. I'm interested in see Kalani Jordan's heel turn and where that's going with her. I think it's been done very well. But I still don't know if Kalani Jordan can do that well on the main roster. But I think she can get a lot further than a Lola Vice. Can't take Lola Vice seriously.
It's always fun because we always have these conversations and we talk about things like off air, like this is how we actually talk. And sometimes one of the things I always say a lot, and he'll contest to that a lot of times I'm like, well, not everyone could be the world champion, and that's fine. But I could see Lola in that mid card division. I don't think that would be a problem because you do want to spike up that mid card division. Same thing with Kalani Jordan. But I do want to ask your opinions on this. I just saw this before we went on air, and this is reports anyway. These are reports. So we don't know if it to be factual or anything like this. So I'm interested in hearing your thoughts here. They said the following stars from NXT are expected to be main roster bound shortly. And I don't know what shortly means. Obafemi, which I expected to be after the Rumble. But we got Obafemi, Javon Evans, Sol Ruca, and Joe Henry. Oh, this is where you speak, sir.
I think that I'm sick of hearing this report. Right, they can't rob the entire NXT division. Right, you have to have somebody there to develop interest in the product, to continue to watch the product. So I don't think all these people are going, but I do think a good portion of them are going. But you have to think about it. They just lost Joe Hendry. Right, Joe Hendry's on the main roster. I think Trick Williams is pretty much on the main roster now. They haven't really shown him yet, but he's going to be on the main roster. To take Obafemi, to take Lola Vice, to take Jada Parker. I just think that's a little much to take. Somebody has to stay there. I think Jada Parker is not ready to go up there yet. Who else did you say? Forgive me.
Javon Evans. And so
yeah, unfortunately, they announced that on Raw last night.
But for me, I think Javon could stay in NXT for a bit. He's young. He's 21 years old. Let him get a run with that NXT championship. I know
I think he needs a run with future endeavorment.
Well, I'm obviously the opposite of that, but I just think you could keep him down there a little bit longer. And same thing with, I think in a way too, Sol Ruca. I think Oba is definitely ready. I was surprised to hear Joe Henry so early. I mean, like I don't think he has to stay in NXT for a long period of time, but I don't think you need to just, hey, he's here for 2 weeks and then we just call him. Why isn't Jordan on that list? I don't know, Jeffrey. I don't know. And even with Jordan, I feel like, and we chat about this a lot. She loses a lot, so I don't know. I mean, will we call up to the main roster? And I don't know. I feel like this unfinished business in NXT with Jordan Grace. What we got here? Jeffrey. I'm sorry. One of you guys got to change your letter. Jeffrey or George. One of y'all got to change because I always mix you guys up. But George says I forgot about Joe Henry. Good Chris in the chest that Roxanne Perez is having a hard time on the main roster, losing 32 matches. I mean, he kept score hard. I didn't even know any of that. Jeffrey agrees with you, EC. He says, right, they can't rob NXT. Sol Ruca. And Sol Ruca, I mean, she's still got...
Sol Ruca is a good pick. She's a solid pick. She's pretty much already on the main roster as well. We've discussed this in the past. She was on Raw and, more importantly, SmackDown on countless occasions. I think it's just a matter of time. Joe Hendry, I see why you say that because he was on the NXT roster longer when he was actually a part of the TNA roster than as officially being on the NXT roster. But I think the fact that he developed some sort of mass appeal to people who are just even casual wrestling fans because of his song and his music that they couldn't keep him in NXT. That's not a knock on NXT. It's just the reality of the situation. You want to put him on the main roster in the big crowds. So that's why he got taken up out there. But I want to piggyback off of, and forgive me, I'm a little distracted. I always do 20.
That's fine. What do you think, brother?
But I do want to piggyback off of something that you said that's Kalani Jordan Lola Vice. I'm sorry, being in the mid card. Normally, I would agree with you, right? I think that not everybody needs a world champion. That's something we've just talked about. That's something you just mentioned a few minutes ago. Mm-hmm. But we live in a world in an era now, and it's not exactly a positive thing. And I'm not saying it's negative, but it's not exactly a positive thing, where we have so many people capable of that. And I think that, like, for instance, right now it's Maxine Dupree. Right, which some people still don't take seriously. I think she put in a lot of work. I think she's doing a really good job. But the person she beat was Becky Lynch. Do you see a Lola Vice hanging with the Becky Lynch? She's the greatest women's wrestler of all time. And it's not just her saying it.
I know.
Sports Illustrated said.
Bleacher, don't forget Bleacher.
Has said it. CBS Sports has said it.
So is your question towards me is, do I see Lola hanging with someone like a Becky, a Bailey, someone very, very established? I do. I think she does. And Lola's not even like one of my favorites or anything like that. But I see, like how you've been pointing out, she puts in the work and effort. I do think she could stand. Look at Maxine. I think like with Maxine, and I like everything that you said, like giving her props about like she has improved. I don't think she's the best. I think there's still a lot of work to be put in there. But like she has really stepped up a lot. Well, her finisher is the ankle lock, right? Because I honestly didn't like when she beat Becky with the cross body, but her
finisher is definitely the ankle lock.
It is the ankle lock, and I'm hoping that she. And I'm hoping that because I thought I say trailers, but the videos that they were producing with her and Natty, I was like, oh, these are great. I'm hoping that we get to see that side, and hopefully she becomes more fluid and stuff like that. But nonetheless, yes, to answer your question, I do think that with Lola. But to get into the next segment here, we have Trifling Thea. She stole the Women's North American Championship. But she's very happy. She's very excited. She said something I don't feel like WWE says anymore. She says the WWE Universe. Do they still say that? Because I just don't pay attention. I feel like they don't say it
as often as when Vince was around, but they still do say it. I also want to acknowledge the fact that you, sir, you truly are a testament to your name. Great Grand Slam Pooba. You are definitely the Pooba because you're so popular that you actually have one of Santa's elves wishing you a Merry Christmas. It's impressive, and I want to acknowledge you for that.
Oh, I didn't even see him. He's so small. Thank you. I very appreciate that. I know. I didn't even. Hey, and here's one of your guys right here. Look. I didn't even have to tag you on this one, EC. Look. Hey, guys.
Yeah, I guess he stopped looking at Christmas lights.
Well, you know what happened is you didn't mention how you was watching some Undertaker throwbacks. That's what happened.
I actually, and just to pull the carpet out for all you fans out there, is that I decided I wanted to watch. I don't know if you've seen it, but on, I don't know if it's Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, whatever. There's a gentleman who goes around and he acts like the fans act when they watch it. They're like he did all John Cena's I don't know, crap. Anyway, he did one where he reacted to all the Undertaker's matches and how the fans reacted. Oh, I like this. Oh, why did they do this stuff like that? Mm-hmm. So I said, you know what? That'll be interesting. Let me watch all of Undertaker's WrestleMania matches in a row. So I just watched the first 5.
All right. And what's your reaction so far?
Diesel was the best one. He used to have a lot of quick matches.
Which one was it? Was Diesel before Sid Vicious?
Yes, it was the year before. That's the next one I have to watch. But I remember when I watched it when I was younger, that match was actually longer than it should have been. I think it was like 20, 25 minutes. So I said, let's pause it now.
I remember watching because they used to have I forget if it was on like Philosophy or there used to be this old show, WWE Controversial, and they would play like old like wrestling matches and stuff like that. And I remember like Sid and Undertaker was going at it, and I don't know, I just thought it was so funny. Like Sid, I think hit like 2 tombstones. Undertaker said fuck you, and he hit one tombstone and beat Sid Vicious. I was like, oh, that's all it takes. How was NXT? I was outside looking at Christmas light. Great job. Hopefully you have some news on Friday.
I remember that match a little bit. It was not the most entertaining, but it wasn't as bad as people give it out to me. It was actually not that bad. But the one with Diesel so far is his best match.
All right. Well, once you go down the line, we look forward to hearing all of what all your thoughts about Taker, because you are a big Undertaker guy. I used to do that.
I'm a huge Undertaker fan. In my opinion, he's the greatest he's the greatest WWE superstar of all time.
Ooh. Okay, there we go. Chime in, chat. What do you guys think? We got Good Chris. He said Thea Hill won the North American Championship fair and square. Charmaine asked, do I think JC will lose to Kendall Gray? No. Elvis, I think he's trying to call you out. I'm not going to read that because I'll let you read that and let you.
Who is the stupid idiot wearing sunglasses indoors again? Somebody who's actually been in bed with a woman. All right, go ahead.
Wow. This show has you are definitely not Sabrina Estella, because I did not want to hear that. So we talk about trifling Thea. How much water do you have to drink, man? Because you got to do this show with me. I don't need you leaving because you got to go use the bathroom.
Have you not been on the air with me in a while? I always drink a lot of water.
No, I've hung out with you in real life.
Well, when we're hanging out, we don't really drink water.
No, we don't. I know we don't. That's a problem. That's a problem. To pull the curtain back a little bit, me and EC would be sitting here being like, "Hey, we got to do better," and then we get 2 bottles. Something. It's ridiculous. But let's talk about.
You're never going to let me live that down.
Absolutely not. Long as there's air in this nostril, I will not. But trifling Thea, she won the Women's North American Championship in controversial fashion. Controversial because it just did not seem like that was the plan. And I remember even when I was watching it, right? I remember they played Blake's music, and I was like, I don't think that was supposed to happen. But I love that NXT are playing with this. They're like, you know what? It happened. We're going to run with this. And I think that's great. Mm-hmm. So they're running with it. She's so happy about winning it. She's talking about, growing up in front of our eyes, being 18, and now she's 20-something years old. She mentioned that terrible university, Chase University. Awful. It's terrible.
It's not as good as it used to be, but it used to be very entertaining.
I see. I said that not that long ago on the show. Like, realistically speaking, when they had Duke Hudson, Thea Hell, obviously JC, the version with JC was the best. I'm sorry. If you ask me, it's biased. I say yes, but that version was the best.
It was definitely biased, but I agree with you.
Thank you, Baldwin. But then you have Blake Monroe comes out. She's upset. She's like, give me back my title. Blake is really killing it with this character because she is just destruct. She says, I've never been so bothered by hearing the number 3. She's selling it very well. She wants a championship back. And they have a little brawl, and they're going to be having a match at New Year's Evil. I don't know. I mean, I know that I'm running things by you, but what do you think about this segment? And what did you think about, I don't think I've asked you, what did you think about Thea winning last week and them running with this?
Let's start by talking about Mariah May. So I feel there's very few people I'm going to say this about. I'm going to say it. I feel like she was more entertaining in AEW. Right? I don't like what she's done in NXT so far. I mean, it's not I'll say Rusev, but I don't like what is going on. So I'm a fan of Thea Hale. I've always been a fan of Thea Hale since the aforementioned Chase U. Yes, I know, you're a hater. But I've been a fan, and I like her. But we all know this is a botch, and I agree. I'm glad that we just say, okay, you know what? It happened. Let's do it. Let's correct it. There's been botch title changes before, right? One of your favorite wrestlers, AJ Styles, had a botch title change. Yeah. Right.
You're right.
So it happens. Let's figure out how to fix it, and let's move on. And then we have to really find a way to make Mariah May, and until she becomes a better character than she was. So people need to understand. It's not just my bias in WWE. Yes, I'm biased in WWE. I don't like AEW. But when I call AEW wrestler their WWE name, i.e. Daniel Bryan, i.e. Dean Ambrose. Who do you say?
Sasha Banks.
Sasha Banks, definitely. Cesaro. It's because I feel like their character in WWE was better than the character in AEW. The only one I might give you is Daniel Bryan, Bryan Danielson, but Daniel Bryan's what really made him. So I'm going to stick with Daniel Bryan. I can call him John Moxley. I just call him Dean Ambrose just to give him somebody's nurse. But as far as Mariah May and Blake Monroe, she has not developed into the Blake Monroe character enough to me. She is Mariah May. And she needs to act like Mariah May.
I always like to, when we have conversations, we always like test each other with things and like, well, how about this? How about that? Right. So when you say that about her character, what do you think is, I don't know if the word is missing, but what is something that she could do better?
Well, it's not, a lot of it is probably not her fault. I think she's trying to, so she came from Indies. She went to AEW. And now I think she's trying to adapt to the WWE style. And that's what NXT is for. It's for you to adapt to that style. That's why they moved to Orlando, because they have to do the training in Orlando. They take classes. It's kind of like a college. I used to call it before. It's WWE college. And then you graduate to Raw and SmackDown. And then, you know what, this is about to be like our phone conversation. It's about to segue into something else. You know, Nico Extra, my good buddy Nico Extra, he posted something earlier where, you know, sometimes he can be like Mad Dog Kelly. Forgive me, Nico. But he posted this thing like, oh, WWE is talking about not having a draft. Newsflash, they haven't had a draft in a year and a half.
It's been a minute, yeah.
They didn't have a draft all fucking year. So, but I've always said that, you know, that people are like, oh, the draft don't matter. Draft does matter, right? Yes, you see people on Raw, you see people on SmackDown. That's true. Right now, they're trying to get SmackDown's ticket sales up. But the bottom line is, Drew McIntyre is a SmackDown star. Cody Rhodes is a SmackDown star. He's not showing up every week on Raw. Braun Breaker is a Raw superstar. He doesn't show up every week to SmackDown. Jey Uso doesn't show up every week to SmackDown. Do they show up enough? Yeah. But they don't show up every week. In my opinion, tone down the draft and just make it for NXT superstars. Bring up 5 or 6 each and every single year. That's what a draft is for, really, anyway. You bring them from college to the NFL. And then that could be after WrestleMania. After SummerSlam, you have the superstar shakeup where you do a couple trades. This person goes Raw. This person goes SmackDown. That's how you do it. Now, I say that to say NXT is a college, right? Blake Monroe needs to adjust from what she wants to do as a heel in AEW to what WWE wants to do. But the bottom line is she was the big superstar in AEW. She was it. Her and Toni Storm, of course, right? It was Sasha Banks just tailing all the titles. In NXT, she's in there with a whole bunch of women who are just as good as her. And I don't think she does anything to really stand out, if that makes sense.
It do.
Went all around the world for that answer. Sorry.
That's fine. So, yeah, they're going to be facing each other. I just wanted to comment on something real quick. I believe it was you, George. He says, George, I mean, we don't have to click the comments. I can totally read this. But Jeffrey Firstly says, I'm glad that the ref didn't get heat for that, too. That's exactly what he's supposed to do. Yeah, I mean, what they told the refs are pretty much is counted like a shoot, and he did his job. But we also got George. He says, we get Thea versus Blake Monroe. I could see Thea retaining. I don't think so. I think they take the title off of Thea. I think they ran with this. I don't even want to say mistake. It sounds like a terrible word. But they ran with what happened, and they said, okay, we're going to do that. But at the end of the day, the goal was for her, Blake Monroe, to have the title, and they're going to continue with their plans. Charmaine asks, it's nothing with NXT. Did everyone see Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua? No. Blake came out with no shoes.
I did.
No shoes. Oh, what? You saw the fight? Did you enjoy it?
I mean, it was all right. I like seeing Jake Paul get knocked out, but it was okay.
Wow, I thought you was a Jake Paul fan. I kind of sent the shirt your way.
No, I'm a fan of his brother, but not him.
Oh, he has a brother?
Okay.
I didn't know any of this. Let's get into this match. It's a speed match. You guys know how I feel about speed matches. They just don't do anything for me. We had Eli Knight, going against Tavion Heights. They gave these guys 3 minutes. obviously. Eli Knight, I gotta ask this to Jeffrey because Jeffrey watches Evolve, so I'm interested in hearing your thoughts about him. But the 3 minutes that I did get to see Eli Knight, because I watch enough NXT to know what Tavion Height is about, right? I think there's something special about Tavion Height, and it's not his height. I had that in my back pocket, so sorry. But Eli Knight, yeah, he's an athletic dude. He's doing all these high risk moves. He did I say super springboard, but the moonsault to the outside. But he goes to the top rope and do it, and my knee buckled seeing that because, geez, Louise, man. But it was a look. It was 3 minutes. I can't give you anything about this because it's 3 minutes. Speed matches don't do it for me. When they were out here in MSG, I do it all the time. Once they get to a minute, I get worried that the building is going to explode because I don't know what's going to happen. But Tavion gets the win before the building can explode. But they shake hands. Tavion's moving on to the next round. Jeffrey is informing me Eli Knight, jeez. Eli Knight, yeah, is a great athlete from what I've seen from Evolve. Just call what you see, Jack.
Are you doing the Eli Knight thing because of Eli or Knight?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why are you doing that?
What? Eli Knight, yeah?
Yeah.
What the hell's your problem?
Why are you calling him Eli Knight? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, why are you calling him? Yeah.
What did you think about this, EC?
Oh, I don't like speed matches. I'm surprised they kept it as long as they have.
One of the things I always appreciate about NXT is that they'll have a concept. Like, I didn't like what was that thing called? With the trophy and everything like that. I'm sorry, I just forgot what everything.
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the something cup.
Yeah, I forgot. The Heritage Cup. That's what it was called. The Heritage Cup. I appreciate that they kept that and wanted to add a unique feature to NXT. I appreciate stuff like that, but it just was never for me. And same thing with the speed. And when they brought the speed, when they brought the speed championship to NXT, I said, "Is that a threat?" And I just don't. I'm just kind of not with it. Yeah. So this match was just didn't do anything. Yes, the Heritage Cup. Yes, guys. Thank you very much. I forgot about the concept. Let me see. I want to make sure we're not forgetting anything here. We had to sit down with Oba Femi and one. I feel like I'm missing something. I don't think we got to the Javon stuff yet, but we're gonna go with this. No, we're not. We're not gonna do that. Now, I don't care how you feel, but this is not your show. You're the guest on my show. Leave your shoes at the door and make sure when you finish the bathroom, you wash your hands. Have some freaking manners. Sheesh. Don't piss me off. It's Christmas. Merry Christmas, everyone. I hope everyone's having a fantastic. This eggnog is fantastic. I can't smell it, but it's great. It's great eggnog. Chris, stop interrupting me. I have to finish the show. So the very next thing that we have here, Oba and Leon Slater, they're having a back and forth. They're having a conversation backstage. Leon Slater is really excited about this opportunity here. He's getting an opportunity to go against the champion. He knows that this is a big mountain for him to climb. Oba Femi, he's so great, man. He's fantastic because Leon's talking about like living in home with 3 women and his mother and his sister and being like the youngest in charge. He's just talking about what wrestling means to him. Oba Femi is no son. He looks like he would want to be anywhere but here. And he says, "Look, the sob story, it's cute, but when you get in the ring with me, I don't care. I am the ruler." And, Leon Slater's like, "Look, man, I ain't for all that trash talk. I'm just here. Look, my wrestling ability speaks for itself." And, they shake hands, and Oba Femi shakes hands with him, and they just have this. It's kind of a weird handshake because, like, when he's shaking hands, Oba and him are shaking hands, Oba just have this, like, smirk on his face because he knows he's going to dominate him. I like Oba Femi a lot. Oba Femi, when he gets called up to the roster in 2026, he's going to be a big deal.
That should be after Stand and Deliver.
So you're saying, because it sounds like you're saying he holds the championship for a while. I think he should drop it before the Rumble. Matter of fact, nope. Why can't he be the champion, show up at the Rumble, and still be on the main roster. Owens did that. There's a lot of people who've done that. I feel like
Owens did it for like a month, and he dropped it.
I don't think Oba needs to be at Stand and Deliver anymore. I think like I wouldn't be. I think
he does. I think you need somebody. Now, granted, the benefit of Stand and Deliver is that it's the same weekend as WrestleMania, right? Oh shit! I gotta think about that for the cruise because I'm over here thinking about WrestleMania, but I know you're gonna want to watch Stand and Deliver.
Now, I do want to watch Stand and Deliver.
Is Stand and Deliver one day or 2 nights?
One
day. Okay.
It's on.
But you need somebody.
Saturday. It's that Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday. I was drawing the blank. So you need somebody to sell tickets. Now it's going to sell itself because it's NXT. I mean, I'm sorry, it's WrestleMania weekend. Mm-hmm. But you really need something because they now say they act like this is their WrestleMania. You know, this is my WrestleMania weekend. So I think that
who the hell was that? Was that Jack Tunney?
No, Jack Tunney was that.
I don't know who talks like that.
Yeah, I wasn't mimicking anybody. I was just saying that. I was just saying, you know.
Was that a dog learning how to?
The dog speaks English?
Probably. I don't know. I don't know who the hell that was. But go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
So Stand Deliver. We need a
again. Who the hell is that?
What is wrong with you?
What is wrong with you? No one talks like that. Just say Stand and Deliver. He said, But go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Glasses.
All right. So at this past year, you had a Trick Williams, you had an Oba Femi. I mean, is Ricky Stark? Is he really that guy who's going to really sell you WrestleMania?
I don't think he stays. I don't know.
Who's in your main event for Stand and Deliver?
That's a good question. It's a good question. And one of the guys was, and I know you hate saying this. That's why I said I would have kept Javon down there. Javon. I thought you keep him down there a little bit longer. So he was one of them. I don't have a second person, but Javon was my guy.
Why? He's garbage.
I mean, clearly, look, have some respect. Clearly that they like him, and they like him a lot where he's on every show. He's on Raw. He's on SmackDown. I believe he was on a AAA show this past weekend. I missed it.
Why they let him back in the United States?
Listen, they like him. He's a
young
guy.
Who's they?
Who's that? Obviously, the fans like him, and obviously the people.
No, they don't. They
like
pipe in noise.
Okay, so how do you explain the people in the back? Wow, this is the longest you ever sat there and had to think about something. I don't want to hear it now because you took too long. You lost. Sorry, you lost.
You said people in the back. I'm looking for them.
You have curtains, so you can't see anybody there. Chris, you know everything closes around like 9 a.m., 9:30 at night.
9 a.m. 9 a.m.
I don't know why I said 9 a.m. I spoke too fast. But I had Javon as the guy, but I don't have anybody else. Because Ricky's saying, I mean, we chat all the time. I said Oba, Ricky, Ethan. I'm blanking on the last name that I had thought about. But
you can't sell tickets for Stand and Deliver with Ricky Saints and Miles Bourne.
Miles Bourne is another one they like, but I don't think he was the main. If you're talking about main event, I didn't see him as in the main event.
No, that's for Stand and Deliver. You need Oba Femi. The only other thing you can do is have the women main event Stand and Deliver, but
I don't see that's a problem because their women division is pretty stacked.
Correct, but who's your main event?
Do you really want me to answer this?
You're gonna say JC Jane, and bro, I respect the hell out of you.
No, no, because I think she's gonna be called up. But no, their women division is pretty stacked.
No, she's not.
We say no. No, their women division is not stacked.
No, she's not getting called up.
Okay. All right. I someone screenshot this for me because I look forward to not for nothing, EC. I know you brag about you call yourself excellence and stuff, but you're kind of wrong a lot. Like you spread a lot of wrong. I remember once upon a time you said Liv Morgan wasn't going to win the Money in the Bank and be women's champion, and all that happened in front of you.
And she failed. Her championship was the worst championship reign for a woman in the last 10 years.
Listen, everyone can talk about that and continue to talk about it, but let's talk about. I don't talk about yesterday. I talk about today. And what is she doing now? She's one of the most popular women right now in the division.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, so she won those things. Things didn't work out, but now Randy Orton. He won. He was the youngest world heavyweight champion, right? 2004 wasn't working, but no one really talks about that anymore because in 2007 he found himself. He started punting people in the heads and doing all these things. He found this what do you call him? The Viper and everything. All I'm saying is,
I wish that somebody will find him now because he hasn't been on my television set in a while.
I saw him on social media. He was on a roller coaster.
Oh,
good for
yeah,
you, bro.
he was in Saudi Arabia.
Oh, good for him. Let's talk about this other segment.
Meanwhile, SmackDown's just suffering.
It do need Randy Orton. It really much do need Randy. Excuse me.
Cough.
We have not backstage. We have a face off between the young OG and Ricky Saints. They go back and forth. Young OG, he's not even his hyper self. He usually gets in the camera and does the little thing, but he didn't do it. He's serious. He got his hands taped up.
Why can't he face Gunther?
He did face Gunther.
Yeah, why can't he face him again?
Because someone in the chat, real quick, a reminder: the executive consultant is not welcomed on the show after tonight. Just someone just highlight that for me. Thank you.
You know, the show that I do the majority of the times, is the Raw show. I have a feeling Javon Evans is going to end up on that damn show.
You know what was my favorite show of you this year? When y'all reviewed the 2005 Survivor Series, the prediction show. That was great. I love that.
We have to do a prediction show this week for AEW Companies In.
What year? Was it 2022?
No, it's 2025. I wish it was 2022 and we wouldn't have to watch anymore.
You sound like you're going to have a hard week. I feel for you, dog.
Yeah, we watching AEW Dynamite and Collision. And
I was at a Collision show this past weekend. I can proudly say I didn't have none of John Moxley's blood splat on me.
You know, when I was talking to the sheriff and she was like, oh, Ron and Capra here, and I would say they're enjoying very good wrestling. Mm-hmm. And I said they probably took a wrong turn.
We live in New York. We know how this works. I don't understand how I can get lost in New York. I mean, I had a great time.
I thought you had more sense.
You're talking to me.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I am. You're not. That seems to always be the thing here. But as I carry on here, as you try to interrupt our show here, they have a back and forth. Ricky Saint and Javon Evans. Ricky saying he's out of his damn mind. Saint said he's he's talking about like he could do Good Morning America. He could do all that stuff. Kiss babies and hand out awards and stuff like that. And he said, Javon says, oh no, Ricky says Javon sounds like he have marbles in his mouth. Young OG is not happy about any of this thing. He said, you're saying all this stuff, but he said, Young OG says, you're saying all that, but boom, I was on Raw, I was on SmackDown. He said Saints wasn't there. And he said he got to be on John Cena's last ever show. Saint wasn't there. He even said that he wasn't picked there, and he said that I'm supposed to slow down because you can't keep up. This upsets Ricky, and they have a back and forth. Awful Ava is tired of all this, and she says, you know what? I'm tired of this. Next week, you guys handle it. That's it. It's done. We're after this, we're over it. So that's that.
And then hopefully we'll never have to see Javon Evans in NXT anymore.
What we got here? Are you going to do a TNA show in 2026? So funny enough, I'm glad that you wrote that. So it's not a guarantee, but if you guys are interested in a TNA show, I was talking to the chat, and I suggested like, hey, since TNA they're having their first live show in January, the possibility we're going to go live after their first AMC show. It's not a guarantee that it's going to be a continuous thing, but if you guys
unless I get some more hosts dedicated for TNA.
But yeah, if you guys are interested in that, there's a possibility we do that, and we hope that you guys will join us for some total nonstop action. I went to a TNA show, my first show in years this year. It was fantastic. It's an anniversary. It was great. AJ Styles was on that. I saw Leon Slater take on Moose. I saw what was probably the highlight for me. JC Jane winning the Knockouts Championship, the greatest Knockouts champion ever. I will say that loudly. Let's move forward here.
Madison Rayne.
Madison Rayne was at Ring of Honor. There was 2 Ring of Honor tapings. I don't understand why. So
you don't understand why there's an existence?
No, shut up. So when we go there, there's a Ring of Honor show. I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. And that's what opens up, and then we go into Collision. Cool, whatever. After Collision go off the air, then there's a Ring of Honor show, and we're like, wait a minute. And at this point,
can you torture us anymore?
My issue, what it was, when we went there, we was expecting a Collision show. Did not even think Ring of Honor, but whatever. But then there's another show, and they're like another batch of matches. At this point, I am hungry. I'm gonna sit here and say this right now. I have burritos right there on my dresser. It's cold. But I'm still gonna eat them. I like food. So we eventually had to leave because we could not take 2 tapings like that. But Madison Rayne was there. I didn't know she was still active. I think that's cool. Shout out to her.
I didn't know Ring of Honor was this little thing.
Well, I mean, in your world, there's only one wrestling business. It's just WWE.
That's not true. MLW.
What does that mean?
Major League Wrestling.
You know, you're wearing your glasses to hide that you have Googled this. So I
know
executive.
Been a big fan of MLW. MLW was one of the best promotions in the United States before
no tacos.
All Elite Wackiness came and became in existence. And then they stole a lot of MLW's talent and Ring of Honor's talent, and then they bought Ring of Honor, and MLW is not.
AEW unintentionally really hurt Ring of Honor, like unintentionally.
And MLW.
And yeah. But MLW,
who's the biggest name to come from MLW?
From MLW?
Yes.
Is it Matt Riddle?
No. Well, actually, yes. But no.
Who?
MJF.
Okay.
Because I used to watch them every month when they did the MLW tapings right here in Orlando. I'll be right there in the first row. I was there when he wrestled some jabroni. I forgot his name. I think it was ACH. But or somebody, whatever it is. And he shit in his pants right there in the ring.
Oh, that's.
It was very disgusting.
Man, that's unfortunate. You know what some people will say?
But MJF was there. Jack Swagger, like no one cares, was there. MVP was there. The Lucha Brothers were there. Matt Riddle was there. Swerve was there. They had a lot of time. Tony Schiavone was calling the action. He actually looked like he was having a good time.
Can I just sit here and say, when you mentioned that situation, some people would say that was pretty shitty.
Shitty, yeah. Speaking of shitty, tell us about your burritos.
Oh, it's just sitting on my dresser. And no one shitted on my burritos. That's disgusting. I don't know what kind of what you're going. And look at you just smiling. That's a rare thing there. Next match here, we got Arianna Grace and Channing. Oh, Channing. That's how you say it. Channing.
I loved her in Wicked.
What? Arianna Grace?
Yeah. No,
that's Grande.
Oh, so you actually do know a singer. It's a real name. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm pretty 6'7", man. 6'7".
God. Please never do that again.
Tell me what to do. We have going against Shilioh Hill and Skylar Rain. Are you familiar with these individuals?
Not at all.
Okay, great. So we're gonna have a fun.
They're in that WWE has too many fucking shows, bro.
They do. It's ridiculous.
They're in LFG, right?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
No, it's so hilarious because WWE, you know what they call it? Counter programming. They want to counter program everything. I think they're getting ready to counter program Cartoon Network at this rate.
Evolve, LFG, NXT, PC.
They bought
TNA.
They bought AAA.
Like,
well, you know, I have a rumor, and it comes from my sources, Mad Dog. They're going to revive WCW now. and they're going to, I don't know, counter somebody else. So who knows?
You know, Matt says it.
Well, they're going to bring back ECW for the third time. Just anyway, let's talk about this match. I have no notes here. I'm just going off base memory here, folks. This match here, it was a fun match. It was fun. It was nothing to take serious. It was just a lot of silly spots and a lot of things. One of my spots that I liked about this on this show here, or this match here. So they have the bowling ball spot, right? What's funny about it is because Booker T is hilarious. He might be, he's not my favorite commentator, but he entertains the hell out of me. Who is? My favorite commentator? Ooh, that's great. See, when I say commentator, I got to go with a team, right? So I don't have one. Fair. But, like, for me, the voice of my childhood will always be, and it sounds so cliche because I feel like everyone says it, is JR and King. I mean, they were just so good together. Now? You know who I like? I don't know if it's necessarily pairing, but I like Joe Testimore. I feel like I said his name completely wrong. But
you definitely did. Go ahead.
Well, no, I want to say it right. Can you fucking say
Joe
it right?
Tessitore.
I don't know what the fuck's so funny. I need help. But no, I think he's great. Michael Cole, I love that he's getting his flowers. I like Corey Grave. George is saying Michael Cole. Yeah, Michael Cole deserves his flowers. I mean, he's somebody who, and he slips up. He slips up sometimes, but you know what? He's been doing it for 20 plus years. So I think he gets, you know who was
everybody slips up.
You know who was I thought they were actually a really good team. I don't know if I picked. Maybe one day we'll do a Mount Rushmore or something like that because I want to take time to really think about this, right? But I thought Taz and Michael Cole were pretty good together. Like Taz was, there were times when Taz kind of cracked me the fuck up. I thought I liked Wade Barrett. I love that pick right there.
He said I liked Wade Barrett like he retired.
He retired from the ring. I can tell that.
He misses it.
Yeah, no, but Wade Barrett, he's great. I love the stuff that he was doing in NXT. He's great.
I was talking about all the commentary teams throughout all the promotions. Who's your favorite? You're just mentioning a person. Talking about the team.
Who's my favorite team?
I'll go first. My favorite is Joe Tessitore and Wade Barrett. I think they make a very good team. I don't think any of the teams right now. I think Booker and
Vic Joseph
are actually really entertaining. I think Michael Cole and Corey Graves have always been entertaining, but Joe Tessitore and Wade Barrett are my favorites. I don't like AEW, so
you know I love their commentary team don't bother me, but you know when I was out there at the out here in the city when they came out here, obviously when you go to a wrestling show you can't hear the commentary, but it was so cool to see Tony Schiavone. Cheap plug here for Big Pop. One of the things we want to review is WCW Starrcade 1998. So I'm watching. You was there. You told me you was there. You was there, and you even said if I could pull the curtain back a little bit, you knew Goldberg was losing. I'm sorry, Bill Goldberg was going to lose. You called that, so that's fantastic. Because I was. I mean, you know, we got a great age gap between us. So like it was a child.
No, it's not that great. Okay, but it was definitely time for Goldberg to lose. What I didn't call was Nash losing the title a couple weeks later to a finger poke.
No one did. That's when you know what's funny. I watch. It's so funny because sometimes I my Instagram algorithm, it's got wrestling in it, right? Wrestling, Sonic, blah blah blah. You guess it. That's what it is. And sometimes I watch some of that WCW 99. And now, personally, I loved it. I still love it. But I look at it sometimes I'm like, oh, they did not care at this point. They just did not care. They would, especially in the 2000s. It was what you call it. But speaking of trouble, let's talk about this match. Yeah, there was just some fun stuff here. I mean, this was nothing to take seriously. I was talking about Booker T. Booker T, when the bowling ball is coming out, it's wrapped up. And you can tell it's a bowling ball. But Booker T said, that's a turkey! I said, Unc, what are you doing? And then, you know, Vic Joseph is just like, what do you, yeah, Vic Joseph, who has two first names. You know how I feel about Vic Joseph.
Yes.
You know, I don't even want to get too worked up because I'm wearing this Christmas sweater and I am hot. I want to show off my Christmas sweater. I don't know if you guys could tell. I am a Sonic the Hedgehog fan. Boom. Just wanted to showcase that.
I don't wear Christmas sweaters down here. It's not cold.
Chris, you one time walked out with a hoodie and shorts.
That was for effect.
What the hell does that even mean? Okay, Steven Spielberg.
We're carrying.
What's that? What did you?
David and I were filming a segment, and I just had to throw something on. Effect.
My cat is asleep. I don't have to deal with this nonsense. But this match, it was fine. I do want to talk to you guys and see what you guys think. I don't know how much you guys watch TNA, but Stax and Arianna, they have turned on Santino. It was some kind of cage match.
That was in TNA.
Yeah. But they turned, and it looked like a serious storyline, right? Because the daughter turns on her father to be with her fiance.
All I hear is Stephanie, Vince McMahon, Triple H.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys, any of you guys that's over 35, remember that. But here they're just goofs.
Like, what happened at Starrcade 1999?
That's a terrible Starrcade. I don't talk about that.
Okay.
That never existed to me. Where is Mr. Cat? He is asleep. He almost ran away yesterday, but I'm glad that he is safe and sound. Matter of fact, Chris, calm down. So I'm gonna sit here and give you guys, because I know you guys want to see my cat. He wants to say Merry Christmas, and this is what my cat has for you guys. My cat is saying Merry Christmas, and he has foul language. So everyone says Merry Christmas to my cat. My son, look at his scarf. Look how pretty he is. I do this for my kid. Let's move on, Chris, because you're taking up time on the show. It's ridiculous.
It's a cat.
He is my son.
It's a cat.
Who is a part of this brand. And the people in the chat love Mr. Cat. We know that you guys like Mr. Cat. I know it. Even if it's one person that says it, I don't give a damn. I will sit here and highlight that. Merry Christmas, Mr. Cat. Thank you, Jeffrey. This is why you always
no idea what Christmas is.
So now Jeffrey's an idiot. He don't know when Christmas is. You're an idiot. You're just rude. Let's talk about that segment where Ren Sinclair and Kendall Gray and Flair zoomed in on JC and Fallon Henley. They're the champions.
I like Ren Sinclair.
Ren Sinclair is great. Ren Sinclair and Kendall Gray is really great. I don't know how much of you saw Kendall Gray, but she's fantastic.
I like Ren Sinclair.
Ren Sinclair is good. She's good. She's gonna get a butt kicked next week, and I feel bad for her. I don't like saying
she always gets her butt kicked.
You're the guy who just spoil things, you seem like the guy when after you saw Infinity War, you just spoil it for everybody. You're just not nice. You're just titty sweat. But good Todd says my cat says meow, Mr. Cat. See, the chat loves my cat. How dare you? EC, don't be a Grinch.
It's a cat.
He is. Listen, in October he's already revving up to still Christmas. Ren Sinclair doesn't fit with Fatal Influence. I disagree. I think she's been.
I disagree as well.
I think she's been doing a great job. I think she's been doing well.
So
I mean, listen, no disrespect to Jasmine Nix, but I feel like she's definitely a better fit than Jasmine Nix. So
I disagree with that.
I don't know. I mean, like Jasmine Nix. I think
she's a good replacement.
Huh?
I think she's a good replacement.
I mean, can you get?
But I can't say she's better.
I think so. I think she's been doing she's a better fit. I feel like with Jasmine, a lot of times she was there, and every now and then she'll say something and stuff like that. But Lainey, I just feel like she has a lot more character than Jasmine, and it shows.
Everybody loves the Acclaim.
I don't. Moving forward here, after that awkward
silence,
you haven't earned that. I want you to know that. I want you to know that completely, that you have not earned that. So we had a speed contenders match. We had Lexis King going against the tremendous fraud Andre Chase.
Tribal Chief.
No, the tremendous fraud. There's levels to this fraudness. He hasn't reached Frederick Douglass levels yet. But Lexis King, he takes Andre Chase to the cleaners. Left him there on the weekend, meaning on a Sunday, meaning he is locked in there. He beats him. There's not much to talk about this because these are speed matches. The dry cleaner place. You know what the hell I meant. Listen, enough of you. It was a speed match. Give your thoughts on this. I've done a lot of talking, so please take the floor.
Speed sucks.
That's true. Don't do speed.
Yep. Drug the matches with Sonic and Knuckles music.
What the hell was that? Sonic and Knuckles music?
Uses. They use your speed.
Knuckles is more of a power guy. Look, please, you're embarrassing yourself right about now. Stop it, please. Right now, my knee hurt from hearing everything that you said there. Let's see. We got,
sound like it makes sense.
We got I'm sorry, you gotta speak up a little louder, kid. Don't worry, kid. We're almost done. She fits in perfectly with Fatal Influence. Lenny can wrestle and Jasmine couldn't wrestle. I don't even think Jasmine couldn't wrestle, but I think Lenny is the better athlete though between the two. I can't wait to talk about the main event. Sol Ruca versus Chelsea Green. We're gonna get there, and we got Andre had a broken nose, and no. I don't believe any of that. I don't believe that. I personally don't believe that. I believe he wore that to try to get JC Jane to come back to chase you because JC was wearing that for a period. So I don't believe Andre Chase. I'm sorry, Andre Chase has lied to me, and once you have lied to me, you have just lost my trust completely.
Did the doctor lie to you that the cat is your son?
Give me a second. How do we do this? Oh, I can't even do it. Listen, first off, you're wearing glasses inside, so I don't have to listen to anything you say. So you are definitely a maniac. So please. But, you know, he's a fraud. Andre said, you know, oh, I don't know where we're losing all this money. And he was gambling. So I don't believe Andre Chase. I think Andre
Chase is responsible for a lot of talent that's gone over NXT.
Who?
So I will always be a fan.
Who are these people?
Your current North American champion.
No, not treacherous Thea. Absolutely not. Sorry, I
these
can't.
Nicknames?
Huh?
What's up with these nicknames?
I have nicknames for everyone. Give me time. I'm trying to figure out something for Life Alert. Give me time, but please.
What?
We got OTM is going to be a solid team. I think in 2026 they should be a main feature. I know we didn't talk about that. We don't go through every little segment. You give up on OTM? You didn't smile.
I
did. Ava is awful. Ava is the final boss of NXT. I disagree. Real quick, before we get into the main event here, because we are making such a great time here, I want to thank you, one, the executive consultant, for just sitting here and letting me run my mouth. He's been nothing but fantastic. You guys in chat have been fantastic. We have this thing called Cruise. I feel like if we don't play this commercial, someone's going to be written up. So I'm going to play this commercial once I find it. I can't find it. Oh, here it is. No. I always laugh at the picture of like the couple just jumping in sand. So
we are about to give out all the details. Finally, locked in and giving all the details coming within about 2 weeks. Coming out with everything. We have a semblance of a plan. So you should be hearing about something in 2 weeks. Concept of a plan, I should say. But 2 weeks, you should be hearing something. Something else is coming up in about 2 weeks. Is the UPR end of the year awards. That's right. January 8th, we'll be issuing out our awards for the end of the year. 2 weeks.
Can I just say that announcement? First off, great job, kid. But when you said, in 2 weeks, when we actually kind of have somewhat of a plan, we'll just drop down what we're doing for Russell Cruz. I said, that is probably the most UPR thing I've ever heard in my life. And I love that. So please.
Concept of a plan.
We'll pretty much, we'll have the concept. in 2 weeks. That's it. It is officially Christmas Eve on my end. So Merry Christmas Eve to you, sir. Where is Jada Parker? I don't know. I don't think we're going to see her for the rest of the year. I think in 2026 we will see her. And I think she's going to have a killer year in 2026 in NXT. Because I was agreeing with what you were saying earlier that, you don't have to call her up on the main roster. I think she could go in NXT. And I think she could be potentially, could she be NXT Women's Champion? Sure. But I could see her being the NXT North American Champion. She's been doing live events, keeping herself off TV. Well, Jeffrey, with the no, so thank you for telling us that because I had no idea. I have hiccups. I'm sorry, guys. Let's get into this main event. We have Chelsea Green going against Sol Ruca, and it's for the WWE Women's United States Championship. EC, I was sitting here saying last week when I was with my usual co-host, one Sabrina Estella. She couldn't make the show, but she will be back here next week. We had a plan here. We were going to wear Christmas sweaters and the hat, but it was only me. And then we have the executive consultant. He comes in black. I didn't know there was a funeral tonight, but that's fine. But then, so let's talk about this here. I was saying last week, Awful Ava. Look, do you like Awful Ava?
I'm fine with Ava. She don't bother me. I don't like, personally, I don't particularly care for any of the general managers right now. They all play the same character.
You know who's my favorite GM of all time?
Eric Bischoff.
Oh, damn, that's good. Yeah. He was great. I thought he was great. I thought he was a killer. I thought Paul Heyman was good, but what was it? Teddy had the longest run as GM. I feel like he was GM for like 10 years.
Well, Adam Pearce is close.
Really? Like, what's the... You're good with these numbers. What's the...
He's been in charge of Raw and or SmackDown since 2019.
Has it been that long? I thought it was like 20. Yeah.
2019. I will say that I think my number, in no particular order, if you know, kind of like a Vince McMahon or something, was Eric Bischoff, even though I hated that era, but I thought he was good. Eric Bischoff, Teddy Long, and Vicky Guerrero.
Vicky was good. Vicky had good heat.
Honorable mention, I would say, goes to Mick Foley and Kurt Angle. But yeah, those are my picks.
When you say
the
Mick
worst
Foley,
one was that damn computer.
That was the dark ages, man.
Oh my God, could not stand it. They were so bad. I'd rather watch the celebrities come for a week.
You know, the best celebrity one there. I'm sorry, we're doing this thing because this is just how me and EC talk. I'm always going to say Bob Barker? Was it Barker?
Bob Barker.
I loved Bob Barker.
Who's been killing me with the AI on my Instagram stories.
Oh my God! Yeah. You know, my favorite one is with the Warriors. No, I'm sorry. I'm thinking about Mr. Rogers in Ultimate Warrior. He said, "Oh my God, you're a madman!" So hilarious.
I haven't seen that one. But I've been watching Barker when he said, "You want a scale." It's just a lot of funny stuff.
Mike Adamle, I remember him. No, I was not a fan of his, but Mike Adamle with Jeff Harvey, yeah, that I think to the point where when he said that, they said, "Oh, just botch everything now." Like he would just say things that were totally wrong. I guess they said, just keep going. He did. Shout out to him. Jeffrey said Teddy Long. Teddy Long was dope. It wasn't one of my faves, but I remember like playing SmackDown versus Raw 2006, and he got ran over or some weird thing. And you remember that?
No, it's just funny.
Oh, yeah,
Teddy Long himself was funny.
Teddy Long was a meme.
You would go 1-on-1 with the Undertaker.
Those were his favorite things. Not only will
you defend the title against the Undertaker at SummerSlam, you will face him tonight. It's like, come on.
Teddy was always hilarious because his favorite things were either putting you in a tag team match player or he would have you go against the Undertaker 1-on-1 with the Undertaker. That was like his go-to car. Yeah, that dance. I mean, honestly, I feel like that's how we're going to be dancing at 45, 50 because like you don't want to do too much on the knees.
Buckle up, Teddy.
Yeah, buckle up, Teddy. That was hilarious. Stephanie was a G. Yeah, she was. She was in that 2002.
She was all right too.
That was.
But I just thought like
Bishop.
Nick Aldis started pretty well, and then he turned into.
And that's the problem.
Adam Pearce.
That's the problem. They kind of stripped him of their personality because he had the no nonsense kind of attitude, and
Correct.
like I see what you mean. Teddy Long with Rodney Mack and Jazz. I remember that 2003. That's when he had the white boy challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the white boy
You
challenge,
need
and they got
you
ruined
need
by Bill
another heel.
Goldberg.
You need another You need another heel general manager. I think it's been too long with the baby faces now.
I almost think that we could just step away from the whole authority figure kind of thing anyway.
They did for a while, and things didn't make sense. So they had to have somebody to go there to make some mess of it. And that's when they just did the official thing, and that was Adam Pearce. And then they said, let's split it up. But no, I see what you're saying. But I just feel like it needs to be not so generic. Not so the baby face comes and I'm all buddy and I give them anything they want, but the heel comes and I act like I'm so annoyed and bothered. You know what I'm saying? Like Chelsea Green. Oh my God, Chelsea, you're annoying me. Oh, or somebody name somebody. Ethan Page comes in. Oh yeah, I'm such a great champion. I'm just going to take the night off. And then somebody says the baby face did because they were in there talking like Javon Evans. Didn't you see me talk to him? Hey kid, I'm the champ. How about if you're the champ, how about you face me tonight? I like that idea. 101, you him. It's official. That happens every single Raw SmackDown. Every single
because you want more. And I remember at the time, like even if you didn't like the that time period, because I'm assuming you didn't like the 2002 period. That's actually my favorite period of wrestling, honestly. But Stephanie McMahon was the good GM. She was the angel, and Eric Bischoff was the dick. They would put these terrible.
That was one of my favorite times.
Oh, okay.
That was one of my favorite times. That's when he gave me the 3-minute, one of my favorite times.
I loved 3-minute warning. I loved them. I remember as a kid because it was real to me. So you don't understand, like, people get like go and everything. But when 3-minute warning wasn't a thing anymore, like I want to say late 2002. No, somewhere in 2003 they stopped being a thing because Jamal Umaga, he got let go. But I remember it was just like, what happened? This team was just on fire. I remember they would just come out when he said 3 minutes, and he would. The times were different at the time, but like Lillian Garcia when they threw her in the air and beat her up, and that wedding segment with Billy and Chuck. Oh,
that's one of my favorite segments. That was one of my favorite segments so far. Because that's when SmackDown was taped, and I used to always read the spoilers. But that week, something told me I'm not going to read the spoilers, and I had no idea that was Eric Bischoff the whole time. No,
isn't that so great though? That's so great though, because like I had people who didn't even watch wrestling, and they were like, "Oh, so good! He ripped up the mask and everything, and it was and the makeup and the prosthetics, everything was so great
Very
about
well
that."
done.
Like even when I watch it back now, I'm like, how the hell did he do that so well?
Say 3 minutes. It's great. Loved it.
Oh my God, that was I know that's what the kids say now is cinema, but yes, absolutely. Randy Orton was GM for a week, and yeah, that's when they won that Survivor Series match. I think it was him, Maven, Jericho, and Benoit, and they were all GMs for that. Was it the week of the month of November? I feel like it was the month of November.
I don't know. I wasn't watching back then.
That was 2004. Yes.
Yeah, that's the year I didn't watch. It was between 2003 and 2005. I really only watched during WrestleMania. I didn't watch any other time. It was boring to me.
It was kind of. It's funny. I think I appreciate that era a little bit more than I did at the time. We got Jeffrey who says he loved Stephanie as the GM. She was cool as a GM. I just didn't think she was better than Eric Bischoff. But let's get into this match here because we were going down memory lane. We appreciate you guys joining us for memory lane. But Sol Ruca against Chelsea Green. This match is what you expected it to be. Hey, come here. Come here, baby. My cat wants to join me. Everyone say hi to my son. Sit right here, kid. Watch daddy work. Watch papa work. Oh, I guess not. Okay. So
yeah,
Chelsea
that's how
Green,
cats go.
Yeah, no, cats don't want to. They just like to do their own thing. But Chelsea Green, she goes against Sol Ruca. It's for the United States Championship. They fill each other out. Chelsea has a little bit of the advantage. Then Sol Ruca, she starts to step up a little bit. She shows off her athletic ability. But towards the end, it looked like she's going to get the win. She does like a cartwheel springboard DDT. So Ruca's going to be a hit when she goes onto the main roster, for sure. She's definitely going to be a hit. But one of the things that's definitely going to get her over is, I'm pretty sure you've heard people say this, her finisher. It's a fantastic finish. It's a really good finish. A flipping RKO. It's amazing. but she doesn't get the win. But I do want to talk about something real quick that I feel like I overlooked here. So forgive me here, guys. Um, in the interview segment, stop that. No, stop. In the interview segment, when Sol Ruca, she's being interviewed and talk about her chance of her winning the United States Championship, she's like, I was the champion earlier this year. I was the women's North American champion, the women's speed champion. I lost it all, and it wasn't because of me. I just lost it. But you could see in the background, Zarya is like rolling her eyes, like, "Oh, you arrogant woman, you."
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to throw that out there. That's one of the things I'm seeing. Sol Ruca being called up. I'm like, you got to finish the storyline here with these two facing each other. I just don't think you could call Sol Ruca up here and not finish this. I just wanted to throw that out there. But the match was fine. It was okay. It did what it needed to do. There's a lot of distraction, a lot of things going on. Chelsea take advantage of it, hit her with the unpretty her. It's funny. And pin Sol Ruca. After the match, Zarya is not having any of this as she spears both Chelsea and Alba. Sol looks, and then she hits her finisher, Soul Snatcher, on both of them. And while she did not win the championship, she stands strong. Ethan, he was out there too, but he got chased off by Moose. He'll be facing Moose next week. He will be facing Moose next week for the... Are you interested? I mean, are you okay? I mean,
yeah. So okay, go ahead. I'm always happy to see Moose.
Now, Moose is dope. I wasn't a fan, like a big fan, but when I saw him out here, yes. When he came back with his original theme, though, I was thrilled with that. The original theme is great. I digress. But he comes out there and he chases off Ethan. They're going to face each other next week for the North American Championship. I would love for Moose to get that North American Championship. I don't see it happening, but I would actually like for him to.
I think a TNA star should win an NXT title.
I agree.
Yeah, and I'm not talking about the Hardy Boys.
Yeah, I don't count the. So I had white. That's nasty. I was gonna say I have white stuff in my mouth, but no, I agree. Cause I don't really count the Hardys because I feel like even though they've been in TNA for a while, those are WWE boys. So I agree.
Yeah, that's why they give them the titles. WWE's.
Yeah, so, I agree.
So, and I'll say this, and we're gonna wrap it up, right? So, ECW One Night Stand. I don't know if you saw it.
Which one?
The first one.
Well, I saw both. Yeah. Go ahead.
So at the end, Eric Bischoff comes out and gets beat up by everybody, right? Mm-hmm. But I always tell people, if you pay attention, everybody who laid hands on Eric Bischoff was under WWE contract, right? They came from ECW at one point, but they were in WWE contract. Anybody who was not on WWE contract and just a guest to be on the show did not touch Eric Bischoff. WWE has no problem taking the titles from TNA, but they're not letting their people take that title. The only reason why they let the Hardy Boys do it, because the Hardy Boys are synonymous with WWE. No matter how many times they go to TNA, no matter what time in AEW, they're synonymous with WWE. It will take a lot for them to let one of their guys lose the title. Maybe people they know are going to join WWE soon, like Leon Slater.
Yep.
Right? Like a Joe Hendry back in the day. But nobody else.
You know, it's funny. I feel like I'm trying to think if there's a title that and I feel like it's only the tag titles, right? I feel like WWE contract wrestlers, they've won pretty much almost every belt from TNA because they got the international championship now. I don't know when they made that a thing, but they've won the knockout.
That used to be the digital media championship, right? I think. Yeah.
I'm not sure. I think this is a whole separate belt, but I'm not too sure. I haven't watched TNA.
They AEW did.
Well, you remember I don't think it's a belt anymore, but it was the Legend belt, then it was the TV belt, and I don't know what it became after that. It was this.
It became the digital media championship. I think it's all the championship.
Well, it's fun to look it up. Well, let's Google it once we get off there.
Well, we'll ask Meta AI or Matt.
Let's ask Matt. Matt. After you see some Christmas lights, let's ask him. But that's really the show here. This is impromptu because I know the executive consultant was not. Well, he said, "Yep, I think it used to be the digital media." Okay, I just don't know. It's been a while since I watched TNA. I would like to get back into TNA. I'm very happy for them having that contract with AMC. They were on Access, and I make the joke all the time. They were on a channel called Access, and I had no access to it. But I do have AMC thanks to YouTube TV, and I look forward to every now and then checking it out. I think they have a lot of great talent. I think the stuff that they have been doing with WWE, has it been a little lopsided? Yeah, it has. Even when they had that cage match, and I look at the stars that they had representing NXT, and I was like, like no disrespect to Lexis King, but Lexis King and Stacks, and I forget who the other members were. I was like, these are like your low tier NXT guys.
They were definitely the invasion. That's why
I see what you mean.
TNA beat them, yeah, right? Because they weren't going to let the real people go up there and do that.
And in the match too, I didn't see the match. I just saw some highlights, and I forget. I know Santina was in it. I think Santana was in it, but I saw Jeff Hardy in it, and I was like, "Yo, they would not." And TNA would not play when they said, "Hey, we're gonna have our best out there." You know what I mean? So yeah, no, this was really.
The TNA put their best, and NXT put their C people. That's just how it went.
It was. No, it really much was. And I hate that too, because I'm like, man, you could have done this and this. Matter of fact, one of the things I did not like about Showdown was that when it was all said and done, I think there were like 4 apiece or 2 apiece or something. I think it was like 4 matches, right? But they were even. I was like, stuff like that. I kind of just be like, we can have winners. That's okay if we do that. But I understand, if you have a promotion against promotion, you're not going to sit here and say like, oh yeah, you're a superior promotion.
They can lose because they're going to win in the end because they're still WWE. Technically, you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody's going to stop watching NXT because they lost to TNA.
I would have loved that, because that would have been great. And also, too, it would have showed that WWE, but WWE's always had a pretty big ego. Like they've always had this thing.
Yeah, but that was Vince.
Him too. But listen, he's not there anymore. He's not even there anymore, so I can't even just blame him.
One thing that actually wasn't Vince, but Jordan Grace appeared at Royal Rumble, right? Mm-hmm. When she was TNA champion. Mm-hmm. And
that was the one we were at, right?
I think it was one Tampa, but didn't she appear this year too? Hmm? She appeared this year too.
Yeah. She did.
And she did a damn good job.
But then she was, I was gonna say she was contracted by them, but yeah. They said Maya Shade has been a feud with Ryan Nemeth lately in NXT. Good for her.
Hold on, Jakara Jackson been a feud with Dolph Ziggler's brother.
This guy. Yeah, well, going to Jeffrey. Jeffrey watches this stuff. So, Jeffrey, thank you for informing us about this stuff. But with all that said, this is Unpopular Review. This was the NXT Review Show. Let's do some plugs here. One, the executive consultant. I got this. Let me talk here. So, on Mondays, when they show up, you have Z, the Silent, and Willie Steaming Beaming on the Monday Night Raw Review Show. Check them out right after Monday Night Raw goes off the air on Netflix. On Tuesdays, the executive consultant is not usually here, but I want to say thank you, sir, for being here and chatting it up with me, sir. So on Tuesday is myself and the sensational Sabrina Estella. We talk about NXT. Please follow her channel on the Unofficial Camera Woman. Salute to you, madam. Wish you was here, but I know you'll be here next week. And on Wednesdays, after Dynamite go off there, or Elite Heat podcast, you had Cactus Katie, you have the Sheriff. Shout out to the Sheriff. It was great seeing you, girl. It's always a pleasure to see you. Check them out right after Dynamite go off the air on TBS or Max. I watch AEW by Max. I should give you guys, I didn't upload the picture, but I'm a big fan of the Don Callis family. I think it's a great faction. I love how absurd it is. I don't know how many members they have, and I sit here and say there's not enough members. But I have a picture of me with the Don Callis family. It is fantastic. Maybe I'll show it here next week if you guys tune in. It'll be the last show for us, anyway, of the year on NXT. On Fridays, right after SmackDown go off the air, when they are ready, you have Venomous Venny and one Mad Dog Kelly. They talk about SmackDown. Mad Dog gives you some great wrestling news. He has sources. I have sources too. They're in the refrigerator. So please give him a chance and give him a look and see what is going on. Let's get into this chat real quick here. She's been super kicking him every week, it seems. Don Callis might be breaking up To catch, that's definitely going to happen. And that man is picking Okada over Takeshita. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. It's very unfortunate. It's hard when family members fight. When the family members fight, but the Don Callis family is fantastic. I want to do a cheap plug here. We are taking a break here for the Big Pop Theory podcast. It's an audio podcast, but we're going to take off the remainder of the year and try to come back strong in January for the audio. But this week, the plan is I rallied up the boys. I said, boys, can we? Are you guys available? Because I want to do Starrcade 1998. And they seem down for it. I want to talk about Bill Goldberg losing. I'll just give you guys a heads up on what is. Good Chris in the chat want us to know that NXT next week.
Really badly, taped. Apparently.
Yes, he voted twice. I didn't want him to write a third. I was a little concerned here.
He's like, what the hell is wrong? Mention this now before I see it again.
You're so rude, but you were just very rude. But I rallied up the boys, and the plan is to review it this week and upload it on the weekend on the YouTube channel. So please give it a look, give it a subscribe. And if you have any, I don't know what's going to happen, honestly, because they look like they're taking all the classic content off of Peacock. So it's kind of concerning.
8 days.
I know. It honestly makes me go like, I truly and utterly miss the WWE Network. I understand what they did for business. I understand that. But as the consumer and as someone who does content creating, it makes me really upset because I love that everything was just in this one place, and now it's not. And also the WWE Network, it was easy to research.
But they're going to put everything on YouTube.
I hope they do. I hope they do. It seems like they're taking this sweet. I hope they. Well, look, when we review these old school content stuff, I just want a place where I can find these things. That's all.
You're going to have ads.
Well, I mean, not for nothing. I mean, I'm not like you. I know that you have it all together here, but like, I bought Peacock and I have commercials. I know you don't have that stuff.
Oh God, no, I refuse.
I know
okay, but the only one that I have that has ads, I'm fucking up here like I'm Cactus Katie. The only one that I have that has ads are
that is you're terrible. Well, go ahead.
What are you talking about?
No, I saw what you mean because I know like a lot of times I watch it and I'm like, what is she looking at? I always think like an airplane is getting ready to come by or something like that. I don't know what the hell is happening. Because I've noticed that too.
She was like, well, Kyle Fletcher, she was
well, she has what do you call it? A teleprompter. She has a teleprompter.
Yeah, that's probably
she might be watching us back. We both might be.
I think we'll be in trouble, but that's fine. Don't we have a teleprompter now?
Where?
Yeah, I think we do. Yeah.
Do we?
Do you see this?
Mm-mm.
No. Okay, so I have it. So.
Oh, well, like you can see the words and everything?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's like a thing on the side or something like that. Because I think
go to notes.
Okay.
And then once you go to notes, you see where it says teleprompter. You click right, but you can type something. So the audience won't see it. But you can, so you have a script that you want to read.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, I saw that a couple weeks ago.
Oh yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Backstage stuff on air. But I forgot what we were talking about. Take us home.
Real quick, I don't know what you're talking about, so I will take you home.
But I don't remember what we were talking about.
And you know what's funny? I'm gonna watch this on the playback. I'm like, damn, that was terrible. But that's what TK be doing. He seemed like a really cool guy. I mean, I didn't meet him, but like he was very passionate when I saw him. There was a lot of yelling. I don't know if you guys noticed. I don't like yelling. It's kind of not my thing. But that's the show. We want to thank you guys for tuning in to us. We want you guys to tune in on tomorrow for the All Elite Heat stuff. But follow also our sister network.
If we have the show. It's Christmas Eve.
Yeah, possibility because it is Christmas Eve. And real quick, and I'm gonna take us home. It's 11:43 here. I don't know what time it is for you guys, but Merry Christmas. I hope that you guys have a fantastic Christmas. I hope you guys celebrate it with your family. And also, like this time of the year, it's not always the easiest for a lot of people. So send a lot of love, send some hugs, and tell the people that you care about that you love them. I think that stuff is very, very important. So, and I want to sit here and once again, I salute you guys. You guys have been rocking with us for many, many years, and it doesn't matter what show it is, from NXT to Raw to AEW to the SmackDown guys. We all sit here and tell you, Merry Christmas, be well, be safe, and we hope to see you for the next show. But tune in tomorrow for All Elite Heat if there is a show. Well, he said he won't be tuning in for AEW. That is fair. He won't be.
I understand. He probably fed that from the terrible product.
He's done. He's not going to tell us again. It's taped, and it is 11:44. So I sit there and say, you guys get some rest, be well, and I'm sorry because I took out the because we don't have the intro thing anymore. So like, I'm looking for our outro. Oh, our outro is right here. But real quick, we got one more thing here. I want to make sure we rate this. This laughter.
A lot of real quicks.
That's enough out of you.